today's scriptures and the message.
天父，我们感谢你。
Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you.
主，你是那位赐恩典的神。
God, you are the one that you give the grace.
你也是那位让我们时刻靠主站立的主。
And you are our Lord that is always just help us to stand firm.
离开了你，我们什么都做不了。
Apart from you, we can do nothing.
主，求你今天继续的与我们同在。
God, just please be with us today.
我们将你的话语摆在我们的眼前，
And so we have your words in front of us.
好让你的话语成为我们脚前的灯，路上的光。
So your words just become the light of our path.
感谢祷告，奉耶稣基督的名，
Pray in Jesus Christ's name.
阿门。
Amen.
好，今天读经是在腓立比书1章28到30节3节经文。
Today's scripture is on the Philippians chapter 1, verse 28 to 30.
找到我们大家中文、英文一起读好吗？
Let's read together both languages.
请。凡事不怕敌人的惊吓，这是证明他们沉沦，你们得救都是出于神，因为你们蒙恩，不但得以信服基督，并要为他受苦。你们的征战，就与你们在我身上从前所看见、现在所听见的一样。我们今天讲到的题目呢，是大家可能是不太容易去常常理解，也不太容易常常明白的，就是都是出于神吗？
And today's sermon title actually is that oftentimes we don't quite understand, which is that is it all from God?
这3节经文看起来好像没有什么，
And this 3 verses seems like there's nothing.
其实是带出了一个千年之争啊。
But actually, it just brought about like thousands of years debate.
那为什么今天会突然间我们离开了约翰福音，突然间跑到腓立比书来讲呢？
And how come today we just did not talk about the book of John and we come to the Philippians?
礼拜1呢，有一个从中国国内出来的一个牧师住在我们家里。
Last Monday, there's a pastor. He came from the China mission field and came stay in my house.
然后呢，本地有一个牧师也来一起，我们有一个会议在开会。
And also has a pastor locally, and we have a meeting together.
那我们就在一起谈话的时候，谈到一个很重要的题目。
So when we talk, we share, and we talk about one very important issue.
请问，到底上帝跟我们是什么样的关系？
What kind of relationship is it that God with us?
是一个爱我们，
Is it He loves us?
但是呢，跟我们却有距离的神呢？
But is He the one who has a distance from us?
还是我们的生命的每个部分，他都参与，他都掌管，是这样子吗？
Or does He participate in every corner in our life? Is that true?
那么掌管到什么地步呢？
So up to what point that He is in control of our
我
life?
明天早上要去吃饭，他也掌管吗？
For example, tomorrow I'm going to have a breakfast. Is He in control?
我等一会儿要出差，他也掌管吗？
Later on, I have a business trip. Is He in control?
3个牧师就在这一个问题上，大家开始讨论啦。
So 3 of us, the pastors, that we have a discussion.
我们越讨论的越激烈。
And the more we discuss, and we just got so very exciting.
我们大概谈了1个多小时，
We talk about 1 hour.
最后中国来的那个牧师说：“王牧师，你要把今天的讨论呢，我们整理出来。”
So at the end, this pastor from China, he said, Pastor Wang, would you please just organize what we shared today?
所以今天这一篇讲章呢，会在中国有一个杂志去刊登出来。
So actually, today's message will be posted on the magazine, the article in China.
那个信息不是单单对 McKinney 的弟兄姐妹，
So this message is not only for McKinney's brothers and sisters.
也是对整个中国大陆的信徒。
This is for those believers in China
这
also.
个杂志大概它要印30份到50份，好像是这样子。
So this magazine, he will print it for about 30 to 50 copies.
好，我们回到今天的主题上来。
Let's return to today's
其
sermon
实
title.
今天这个主题就是一个人的自由意志和神的完全掌管之间的关系。
So actually, today's message is regarding like humans' free will and God's sovereignty, the relationship between them.
到底神是全然的掌管，还是部分的参与？
So is God, He has a total sovereignty of us, or He just partially participate?
我们是想人有没有一个自由意志独行天下的空间呢？
So think about this. Do we have room that we are able to just have our free will, just do everything we want to do?
就是说，人有没有一个 跟上帝没有任何关系，想做什么就做什么的可能性呢？
And that is the possibility that human being can do just whatever their free will wants to do.
按照我们的意志自由，很想上帝别管我，让我自己做一些自己的事情，对不对？
By our own will, we just want to do our thing. We don't want God to control us.
还是有一些人说不可能，上帝是你每一根头发都给你数过了，怎么可能脱离神的掌管？不可能。
Or some people will say, no, that's not true because God even count each of our hair.
或者说，两者是不是有一个平衡的地方呢？
Or we may ask, is there a kind of balance between both of them?
我在准备这篇讲章的时候，我知道在讲道的时间处理这个问题是不容易的。
And I understand to share this message in a sermon is not easy to handle this.
我们一定肯定的是不可能谈得太深，
For sure, we're not able to go too deep.
所以我今天只能是点到为止吧。
So today, I'll just get to the point.
那或者再讲深一点，就是抛砖引玉，怎么样？
Or maybe we can say we can open a subject for discussion.
但是我深知我不过是一个卑微的器皿，
But I know I'm just a little tiny, I'm just God's vessel.
也知道此刻圣灵才是真正的讲员。
At this moment, the Holy Spirit is the one who's the speaker.
好，我们先来看第一点，好不好？
Let's see the first
第一
point.
点就是神完全的掌管。
It's a total sovereignty of God.
我们想一想，什么叫做神完全的掌管呢？
So what does the total sovereignty of God mean?
难道他有不掌管的地方吗？
Is there any area He's not in control?
这一段经文让我们知道，保罗当年人是坐在监牢里边，
So think about this. And during the time that Apostle Paul, he was in the jail.
他人生已经没有自由了。
He already lost his freedom.
我不知道你们当中有谁坐过监牢？
And I don't know if any one of you here has ever been in a jail.
你发现你人坐在监牢和在监牢以外完全是两个人。
You are a totally different person when you are in the jail compared with out of the jail.
但是我们很好奇，保罗在监牢里边一个没有自由的地方，却唱出了一个感恩之歌来。
But think about this. Apostle Paul, when he was in the jail, but he was able to have this song of the thanksgiving at the book of the Philippians.
他甚至坚信，他坐在监牢里边也是神掌管的一部分。
And also he truly believed that even though he's in the jail, it's also in God's sovereignty.
他在监牢里边，他非常激动地发现了一个真理：
So in the jail, he just so excited and he found the truth.
哎，监牢可以捆锁他的身体，
So in the jail can just bind his body,
但是却没有办法捆锁他思念弟兄姐妹的心。
but in the jail he cannot just be binded by the heart to miss his brothers and sisters.
他发现这个真理后，在监牢里面，他甚至手舞足蹈起来。
And he even just get excited and he even just dance and praise.
他在监牢里面鼓励当时的教会，
So in the jail, he encouraged the church during that time.
这就是1章28节的由来，一起读一读好不好？
Let's read the verse
我盼望
28.
大家读的时候体会保罗当时的光景和处境是怎么样的。
I just hope when you read this message at the scriptures, you think about how Apostle Paul his situation.
腓立比书1章28节，一起来，1、2、3。凡事不怕敌人的惊吓，这是证明他们成人，你们得救，都是出于神。这是何等伟大的一个呼召啊！
So what a great calling is this?
保罗本身在监牢里面，
Paul himself is in the jail,
但是他对着这些关他的人说：“你们要沉沦的。”
but he just told those people who blinded him, he said, you'll just be in perdition.
这些坐牢的人要得自由，让他坐牢的人要沉沦，成为
And the
捆绑。
ones in the jail will have freedom, but the ones just blinded him will be in perdition.
所以大家明白保罗当时讲这篇道的时候，他心里边是多么的充满信心。
So you can see how much faith that Apostle Paul has when he was in the jail.
他提出一个非常重要的神学论点，
He brought a very important theological point.
就是得救或者沉沦都是出于神。
He said, whether to be saved or be in perdition, it's
Yeah.
all from God.
我们很快说，当然没有问题了。
And then we will say, well, of course, no problem.
其实你可能有问题的。
But you may have a
我
question.
们常常会问一个问题：
Oftentimes we ask
一
this.
个人从小到大没有听过耶稣基督的福音就死了，他就沉沦吗？
So a person from his born to his death, and he never heard about this gospel, and then he died, will he just be in perdition?
其实就像这一类的问题，常常在我们心里边徘徊，在揉掠，经历着我们心里。
Oftentimes, this question just kind of just bother us in our heart.
但是一般的来讲，凡事都出于神，我们是没有问题的。
But generally speaking, we say everything is from God. We have no problem.
我们的问题在哪里呢？
So what is our
就
problem?
到底上帝对我们生命掌管的程度要有多少？
So what kind of degree that God is in control of our life?
我明天要去买东西喽，
For example, tomorrow I'm going to go shopping.
我后天要去看医生哦，
And day later, I'll go to see the doctor.
他掌管吗？
Is it in control?
我如果知道他现在掌管，我现在就改变计划。
If I know he's in control, then I'll change my plan.
我们当中有没有这样的人呢？
Anyone here has ever experienced
我们可
this?
能大多数都是这样的人。
Maybe most of us, we
我
have
们
this
总想有
experience.
一些与神不同的东西，
We just like to have something different from God's viewpoint
用这种方式尝试去印证自己的存在和意义。
and try to use this way to prove our existence and the meaning.
我做了一次决志的祷告，
So, okay, I received this prayer to receive salvation.
是不是我做这个祷告就真的就得救了呢？
Does that mean when I do this prayer of salvation,
So
then
this-
I'm saved?
圣经的真理是不是能够帮助我一次得救，永远得救呢？
So does the truth in the Bible say once I am saved, then I'm saved forever?
真是这样子吗？
Is that true?
好，那我明天就不信。
Okay, then tomorrow I don't want to believe in God.
有没有明天不信的人呢？
Is there any kind of person like this?
你还真别说，真有这样的人，
Yes, there are this kind of people here.
有后来被盗的人。
And then there are people later on they just go against the Lord.
那么到底该怎么办呢？
So what can we do?
那就提出了一个很重要的另外一个问题，
And then there's another question brought up.
请问人有没有一个拒绝上帝恩典的能力呢？
Does human being has the ability to reject God's grace, this salvation?
当人类走到了1517年以后，
So by the 1517 year,
马丁路德改教之后呢，
after Martin Luther, he just changed this changed this
Reform.
the form reform.
当 after reform 之后呢，宗教改革之后呢，
So after the religion reform,
上帝不是单单让人脱离了罗马教皇的控制，
so God is not just let the people just stay away from this control from the Roman government.
乃是整个教会、整个社会、全人类，当时整个西方社会吧，至少是思想发生了巨大的改变和释放。
So during that time, in the Western, the church and the whole the society, they are just released.
我们大概要留意一下马丁路德之后的世界发生了什么事情。
So let's just look at what happened after Martin Luther.
当时如果从社会上来看，
So during that time, when we look at the society,
大家知道1600年发生什么事情啊？
you know what happened at the year 1600.
这几年我都不断讲，有谁记得这一件事情啊？
And I just keep preaching about this. Anyone
1600
remember?
年这个世界发生一件最大的事情
What
是什么
happened
事
in
情
the？world
都忘了
1600?
吗？蒸汽机革命
There's the revolution about the
，industry revolution，
industry
整个
revolution.
工业革命开始发生了。
So industry revolution started,
当时整个艺术也开始发生了文艺复兴整个的改革。
and also the Renaissance.
也发生了什么事情呢？
And also what happened?
整个思想也发生了巨大的变革。
And there's like a whole this big revolution about the thinking.
而当时这一个话题也成为一个非常热烈的讨论。
And during that time, it's very people just all just talk about
那
it.
其中有一个我们称之为是加尔文主义的。
So during that time, there is what is so-called Calvinism.
我在讲道的时间没有时间把加尔文主义完全详细的解释。
And I cannot just explain in very detail during the preaching time about this.
但是等整一会的主日学的时间呢，我们可以谈一谈这个问题。
Later we can discuss in detail at Sunday school.
就让我就把加尔文主义的5个主要的要点跟大家读一遍。
So I'll just share with brothers and sisters 5 major points about Calvinism.
第一点呢，他认为是全然的败坏或者完全的没有能力。
His first point is talking about the total depravity or total inability.
什么意思呢？
So what does that mean?
就是人类由于亚当的堕落而没有办法以自己的能力去做任何灵性上的善事。
So that means he said, due to the Adam's corruption, and human beings are not able to do any spiritual good deed.
什么意思？大家自己心里清楚的。
So what that means, and we're very clear in our heart.
他是说从本质上，人是没有在神的灵性上有能力。
And that means actually in the core, the human being just has no ability in a spiritual life.
讲简单点，我们是全然败坏的人类。
And just to be simple, just speaking, said we're just total depravity.
好，第二点呢是无条件的拣选。
And the second point is talking about unconditional selection.
上帝对罪人的拣选是无条件的。
And it's unconditional for God when He chose the sinners.
他的拣选不是因为人们在道德上有什么样的好，
And His choosing is not because of human beings' virtue, immortality,
甚
morality.
至也不是他预见了人将要发生的信心，不是的。
And also it's not because of His foreseeing the faith of human beings.
那这是什么意思呢？
So what does that mean?
我们被神拣选是 unconditional， 没有条件的。
So to be chosen by God, it's unconditional.
好，第三点呢
The third point
是限定的代赎，
is limited atonement.
就是说耶稣的十字架只是给那些被神预先拣选的人。
And that means that Jesus Christ's cross is only for the one pre-selected,
而不是给全世界每一个人。
but not for the whole world.
好，第四点，
And the fourth point,
第四点也是争议最大的一点。
the fourth point has the biggest argument.
上帝给人的恩典是一个不可抗拒的恩典，
And it's talking about the grace from God is irresistible.
是人类没有一个能力去拒绝上帝的救恩的。
And it's a human being has no ability to reject the salvation.
神拯救人的恩典不会因为人的原因而被阻挠，无法被人拒绝。
And the grace of God's salvation cannot be hindered because of man, and it cannot be rejected by man.
这是第四点。
This is the fourth
第
point.
五点是圣徒的恒久忍耐蒙了上帝的保守。
And the fifth point is talking about the perseverance of the saint.
这是什
And
么意思呢？
so what does that mean?
这是已经得到的救恩不会再次的丧失掉，
And that is once we receive the salvation, we will not lose it.
而神一定会保守圣徒在这一条路上得胜最后。
And said for sure God will protect and guide the saint to win the victory in the path of faith.
我们在神学院的时候讲这几条，我们大概讲一堂课。
So when we are in the seminary, we talk about this. We just talk about it's just one full class.
可能要为了这几条呢，要写一篇5万到10万字的一个神学论文。
So for this course, maybe we have to write an essay for like a 50,000 to like even more.
所以我们今天不在这里详细的，等一会儿到主日学可以再谈，以后还可以谈。
We talk about detail when we go to Sunday school and also later.
好，这种观点是不是独一无二的呢？
So is this kind of viewpoint is the only viewpoint?
其实不是的。
No, actually not.
跟这个观点完全相反不一样的，又有另外一个学说。
And there's another theory just totally opposite from this.
我们来看第二点，
Let's see the second point.
人有自由意志的。
Man has free will.
好，保罗继续说话了。
So Apostle Paul continued to say
我们一
this.
起把腓立比书1章29节读一遍，
Let's read together.
请，因为你们蒙恩，不但得以信服基督，并要为他受苦。请问恩从神而来，没有问题，对不对？
So the grace is from God, there's no question, right?
那么信心呢？
Then what about faith?
本乎恩，也因着信嘛。圣经说，
It's by the grace, also from the faith.
请问信是由人发动起来的吗？
So is faith initiated by human beings?
那么人为神而受苦，又是出于神的掌控吗？
So we suffer from God, and is it just from God's control
还是人的自己的甘心乐意呢？
or from human beings' willingness?
在这里看起来，显然神赐给人的自由意志显而易见的。
So obviously here, God gives people free will. That's clear that we can see.
在当时与加尔文主义唱反调的是呢，Arminian 是那个亚美念主义。
So during that time, the totally opposite opinion about this is called Armenian.
如果是以英文的 pearl 珍珠为字首的话呢，它也排出同样的5点。
So he also has 5 points using the letter pearl, P-E-A-R-L.
那么第一点它讲什么呢？
So what is the first point talking
他
about?
说人类仍然有神现在的恩典。
And that is talking about actually human beings that also actually has the grace that with God.
他说，并不是完全的堕落，甚至还有一些残存的上帝的荣耀。
And he said, actually, it's not total depravity. Still have some residual God's grace.
这是刚好跟那个加尔文主义相对应的。
And this is just like a totally different from the Calvinism.
好，第二点，
The second point.
人行使神所赐的自由意志呢，是响应神的呼召而得救。
And because the second point is talking about the human being have the free will just from God, and it just to just kind of reflect from God's calling and being saved.
这个他把救恩呢当作是神和人的一同做工的形式来
So
完成。
here, actually, that means the salvation actually is God and human being co-work together.
好，第三点呢，
Third point,
他认为耶稣基督的宝血是为全人类流出的。
and it's talking about the holy blood from Jesus. Actually, it's for the whole world.
因为这个缘故，我们的罪是得赎的。
Because of this, our sin is redeemed.
第四点呢，
And the fourth point,
人是可以抗拒神的恩典的。
and the human being can resist salvation.
当然，最后一点随之而来的救恩是可以失去的。
And the fifth point is talking about actually salvation can be lost.
两边都言之凿凿啊，
So like both parties just talking about just have their own
而
points.
且都有圣经依据啊，
And they both have the evidence from the scriptures.
好像是仁者见仁，智者见智。
And it seems each one of them, they have their own reason.
事实上，在1619年的时候呢，
And actually, at the year
当
1619,
时有一个多特会议，
during that time, there's a meeting, it's called Dort meeting.
然后亚美念主义曾经被定为异端，
And during that time, they said that Armenian is a heresy.
但是后来的几百年也为替他翻案了。
But like hundreds years later, and there are people just overturn and just this
因为英国的卫理公会的恰恰就是亚美念主义，
because during that time in England and the Methodists, they are just Armenian.
我们好像在两者之间，是不是有一个可能找到一些平衡的空间呢？
So here, can we just find some balance point between those two viewpoints?
为了这一点呢，我有一些反省跟大家分享一下，
And because of this, I have some just reflection I want to share with brothers
看
and
看
sisters.
两者之间有没有一个平衡呢？
And see, is there any balance point between both?
我们先来看30节好不好？
Let's see verse 30.
一起把30节读一遍，你们来1、2、3。你们的征战，就与你们在我身上从前所看见、现在所听见的一样。真理的讨论从来就是征战的。
Actually, discuss about the truth isn't just like a conflict.
圣经常常用打一场美好的仗来形容我们的生命。
And the Bible always describe our life to say to fight a good fight.
我们反对今天世界上有任何的战争，
And we just do not agree with any like a war today.
我们不主张杀戮，
And we just do not encourage to kill.
我们不愿意看到有人随意的丧失生命，
We do not want to see anyone just easily just lost their life
因为生命是宝贵的。
because the love is precious.
但是并不代表我们内心的深处灵里面的征战是非常残酷的。
But it does not mean actually the spiritual war in our heart is cruel.
我们要为了真道去征战。
We have to fight for God's truth.
保罗在这里提醒我们一点非常重要的属灵征战的原则，
And here there's a principle about a spiritual life. Here Paul reminds us.
就是我们如果是为真理所征战的话呢，
And that is if we just fight for God's
是
truth.
必须要被教会所看见、所听见。换句话讲，能够在教会成为见证。
And that means it has to be heard, to be seen in the church. And that means we have to have a testimony in our church.
我也尝试对加尔文主义和亚美念主义呢做5点的整合，大家可以听一下。
And here I have like the 5 point that I can just kind of get together just to facing about the Armenian and the Calvinism.
我们先来看第一点，
Let's see the first point.
是谈谈关于人的全然堕落。
To talk about human beings' total depravity.
从罪的本性上来看呢，
When we look at from the viewpoint of sin nature,
我们是没有盼望的。
we have no hope.
我们生命是全然堕落的，
Our life is really totally prohibited.
我们也的确不能靠着自己就自救了。
And we cannot help save ourselves.
但是人之所以能够回应神的恩典呢，
But the reason that we're able to respond to God's grace,
我们因信称义呢，
we're able to respond righteousness because by faith.
难道我们生命就没有可能留下上帝一点恩典？我们称为是余恩吗？
And don't we have some like we call like a residual grace from
那
God?
我在这里的圣经依据是什么呢？
So here, what is my evidence?
因为圣经说我们是世人都犯了罪，亏缺了神的恩典。
The scripture is that the Bible said because the world all sinned and just lack of God's glory.
亏缺什么意思呢？
So what does that lacking mean?
你有一个碗，
You have a bowl
拿来吃饭的碗。
to eat.
有一天有个人拿把刀在碗边切了个口子，
One day somebody just cut a corner of
以
the
致
bowl.
这个碗有一个缺口，
So your bowl just have like a crack.
亏缺了这原本这个碗的完美。
So it's lacking of the perfection of this bowl.
但这个碗还可不可以用啊？
Can you still use this bowl?
碗是可以用的。
Yes.
亏缺不是摧毁了神的荣耀。
So lacking of God's glory does not mean to destruct God's glory.
所以人是全然的败坏。
So human beings are total depravity.
但是亚当夏娃当年的罪却没有能力摧毁上帝所有的荣耀。
But our ancestor Adam and Eve, they don't have this ability to destruct
所以
God's glory.
你发现没？这是两个不同的角度在看问题，对不对？
So do you see? Actually, we look at this. It is from a different viewpoint.
人犯罪是全然的堕落，毫无疑问。
Human beings sin. That's a total depravity. It's no doubt.
但是罪没有上帝的恩典荣耀大呀。
But sins is not greater than God's glory.
起初神在创造人类的时候的荣耀和恩典，仍然让阳光照好人，也照歹人，对不对？
So in the beginning, when God is grace to create all the human beings, and that means actually the sunshine just shine upon the good one and the bad one.
好，第二点，
Second point
拣选是无条件还是有条件呢？
is God's choosing is unconditional or conditional.
那我的解释是什么呢？
And here's my explanation.
我觉得这是人类的语言太有限了。
And I think with a human being's language, it's so limited.
你无论怎么解释都讲不全面。
No matter how you explain it, it just cannot explain completely.
我发现人类在思考这个问题的时候呢，
And I found out when we thought about this question,
其实整个人类忽略了一个很重要的问题。
actually the human being just neglect one very important issue.
无论是加尔文还是亚美念，他都忽略了一个很重要的问题，
No matter Calvinism or Arminian, they just neglect this one question,
就是神的智慧啊。
and that is God's wisdom.
我们想一想，神可不可以这样子呢？
Think about this. Can God do this?
神可以一方面以他的全能去拣选那些得救的人，
So on one hand, God can just, with His sovereignty, to choose the one that will be saved.
他让每一个已经重生得救的人明白一件事情：你得救是本乎恩，也因着信。
And God let everyone who's saved understand that the reason had received the salvation is from God's grace,
这是
and
指我
also by
们，
His
这是
faith.
这是指我们已经相信了耶稣的一群人，对不对？
And this is point talking about the one who already received the
但是
salvation.
世界上我们的确发现有一些人是一直不信耶稣啊。
But we also see there's also a certain part of people, they just do not believe in Christ.
甚至他们可能是至死不信主。
And maybe even by the end, even when they die, they do not receive Christ.
那这些人怎么办呢？
So what about these people?
我们会有人替他们操心的嘛，对不对？
And we just worry for them, right?
这些人可能是我们的亲人呐、
They may be our relatives.
我们七大姑八大姨啊，
Maybe they're just our very close
也
relatives.
可能是我们的父母啊、家人、儿女啊。
It could be our parents,
那
our
我们心里
children.
会有情感，就问神：好好看怎么办？这帮人呐、啊，
So we will ask God, so what can we do for them?
请大家留意下面的话。
Please pay attention here.
上帝绝对有一个智慧在这里边，让这些没有得救的人知道一件事情。
So God has His wisdom to let those people know one thing.
上帝会让这一群人清清楚楚地看见，是因为自己的责任而走向死亡。
And God will just let them clearly to see that it's their own responsibility that they choose to walk into death.
请大家记住下面这一句话。
Please remember the following message.
要知道，人对真理的认知与真理的本身永远也不可能完全相同的。
We have to remember this, that the human being's acknowledgement about the truth can never be the same with the truth itself.
请允许我用一个数学模式来表达这句话。
Please allow me use the math to
我们
explain this
人
formula.
认识神的最大值在哪里？你知道吗？
You know, what is the biggest value for us to know God?
就等于神向人启示的恩典值。
And that equals to the amount of the grace that God revealed to us.
我写完我自己都很恨我自己那么拗口的怎么写的。
So after I finished this writing, I just feel like, oh, it's so difficult to
我们等一会
explain.
主日学的时间可以再详细讲一下。
We will talk about this in Sunday school time in detail.
但是明白这一点太重要了，弟兄姐妹。
Brother, sister, this is so important.
好，我们看第三点。
Let's see the third point.
第三点讲什么呢？
So what is the third point?
是有限的救赎还是无限的救赎呢？
Is it the limited salvation or universal salvation?
没有无限是普世的救赎，
And is it universal?
两边都对，
Actually, both sides are
但是
right,
两边都不对。
and both sides are wrong.
首先，第一点，上帝的心意是要万民得救，毫无疑问。
First, it's no doubt that God wants everyone to be saved.
在这一点，整本圣经我们都看见这样的启示和字句，神要万人得救，毫无疑问。
In the whole Bible, we see it's either from Revelation or from the Scripture that God wants to save everyone.
但是我们眼睛所看见的现实，却是不是人人都得救啊？
But what we see in this world, not everyone are saved.
就是说，有人得救，有人不得救。
And that is someone is saved and someone is not saved.
那么，请问谁得救，谁不得救呢？
Then who will be saved? Who will not be saved?
谁能告诉我这个结论呢？
Can you tell me?
你要不要来问我呢？
Do you want to ask me?
我告诉你，我的结论是什么？知道
Let
吗？
me tell you my answer.
我的结论是我不知道。
My conclusion is I don't know.
谁知道？
Who knows?
神知道。
God knows.
谁得救，谁不得救，这个答案永远不掌握在人的手里。
The answer about who will be saved, who will not be saved, the answer is in God.
逻辑上也很容易通，对不对？当然是神知道嘛。
In logic, of course, God knows.
那人什么时候知道呢？
Then when will we know?
等主再来的时候，哎，我知道。
When God comes again, then we will know.
加尔文门呢，就相信加尔文主义的人们呢，
So those people that they are just pro the Calvinism,
其实没有必要对人去贴任何的标签的，不需要
and。actually there's no need, we just label people.
因为在主来到的时候，会发现自己生命当中的谬误。
Because when God comes again, we just see the mistake that we made.
但是我也鼓励所有的亚美念门呢，
So I also encourage the people that are pro-Armenian
去不妨学习一下加尔文门的态度，他们对神的认真的态度，对事对人对神的严谨的态度。
And I also encourage the people that are pro-Armenian, just try to learn from those Calvinism, their attitude toward things and people and to God.
我们看第四点。
Let's see the fourth point.
第四点，恩典是可抗拒的与否的本身是一个伪命题啊。
The fourth point is talking about whether grace is resistible or not. Actually, this question itself is a false proposition.
我非常抱歉下这个结论。
I'm very sorry to have this conclusion.
加尔文不要起来，一枪把我干掉才好。
And I hope this Calvinism won't kill me because I say this.
好，请大家听我的解释。
And please listen to my explanation.
加尔文在讲什么意思呢？
So what is that Calvinism talking
他
about?
说，恩典来到的时候，人们没有办法抗拒。
And so Calvinists say when God's grace comes, we have no way to resist.
你不觉得这个问题很滑稽吗？
Don't you think it's ridiculous?
如果你知道这是恩典，
If you know this is a
你
grace,
为什么要抗拒呢？
why you want to resist?
我不认为神会刻意的将恩典向某个人去隐藏，我不相信。
And I do not believe God will hide His grace.
然后他刻意的设计出一个不让人得救的方案出来，没有。
And I do not believe God will on purpose to design something
上
for
帝
people not
只
to
单
be
单
saved.
制定了一个使人得救的计划。
I believe God just have a plan to let people being saved.
而圣经没有说上帝制定了一个让人不得救的计划，没有。
And in the Bible did not say God just have a plan to let people not being saved.
当然，同时我也不理解，为什么就真的有人至死也不领受神的恩典？
But at the same time, I also just cannot understand why there are just people, they just do not receive God's grace even until they die.
这是我自己的有限的，
This is my limitation.
我对自己的认识也有限。
I also have a limited knowing about
我
myself.
不要说对神的认识也有限，
And also not even mention about to know God.
我对我以外的任何人的认识都有限。
And I have a limited understanding, including the people other than me.
所以我此生一个最大的困惑和不理解呢，
So my biggest confusion in my life is,
就是一个人如果知道上帝把永生的礼物给你，而你不要，
and that is, if God give you this gift of eternal life and you do not want to accept it,
我真的没有能力解释这个问题。
I really have no ability to
我除了说
explain
不知
why.
道，就是为你祷告。
And my answer is, other than I don't know,
但是-
what I can do is I
但是
pray
这
for
个时候，我
you.
可以略略的猜想一下，
And I may just kind of guess this.
我们的前人可能忽略了人的自由意志是神所赐的呀。
So I'm just thinking for those people, their theory, I think they may neglect about actually the human being's free will is from God.
这个时候，我要略略的为加尔文们说一句话：
And here I just say something for Calvinism.
如果你相信自由意志都是神所赐的话，
If you believe the free will is from God,
那么请问神所赐的这个自由意志就没有神的目的吗？
and then is there any purpose for God to give us this free will?
这个自由意志一定是与目的与价值是有关的呀。
And this free will from God must have the value.
那么人自由意志的最小值就是人的悖逆咯。
So the smallest value of the free will, actually, it's human beings, the rebellion.
大家逻辑上要跟得上才行啊。自由意志是有价值、有目的的，对不对？
So the free will has value, right?
这个自由意志好像股票是跌到谷底的时候，那就是人对神的悖逆。
So the free will is just like a stock. When it went down to the bottom value, that is the smallest value.
但是你不要忘了，自由意志也像股票市场似的，可以往上升，升到顶点是什么？
So think about this. At the free will, it's just like a stock, we just go up to the climax,
就是
the
我
high
们
point.
就是我们相信主咯，
And that is when we believe in God.
就是我们的生命越来越像主咯，
And that is our life is more and more like God.
就是我们甘心乐意的顺服主、爱主和跟随主咯。
And that is where we're willing to follow Him, to love Him.
耶稣在主祷文当中的三愿三求，正是针对人的自由意识最好的诠释。
So in the Lord's Prayer and talking about the three wish and the three prayer, actually that is the best explanation about human beings' free will.
好，第5点，
The fifth point,
请问信徒坚忍是什么原因呢？
what is the reason for believers' perseverance?
是圣灵的保守，还是个人的决定？
Is it from the Holy Spirit's protection
坦
or
率
the
讲，
personal decision?
坦率讲，我真的讲不清楚。
Honestly, I just cannot explain clearly.
请问谁能讲得清楚？
Who can explain
我从
this?
信耶稣第一天到现在，
From day one, I received in Christ till today,
我竟然还在信。
and I still believe.
我从22年前到现在，
From 22 years ago till today,
我没有错过一个主日。
I never miss one Sunday worship.
我认真想一想 ，How come 这是我的能力吗？
And I think about this, is it from my ability?
要按道理，人对一件事情的专注，很快就会感到 boring。
So actually, just by the logic, if a person just focus on one thing, just later on teammate, it's difficult to focus.
你让我去吃山珍海味，
If you just let me just have a precious, like the precious food,
不管再好吃，3次以上我就不想吃了。
no matter how precious the food is, if I had it 3 times, I don't want to eat it.
男人见到一个漂亮的女人，试试，
So if a man just see a beautiful woman,
我们可能自己不知道，
Maybe we don't know about ourselves.
但是我们看看中国历代的皇上就知道，
But if we see those emperor in the history in China,
三宫16院，
and in this in the palace that all the place,
不管这个女人有多漂亮，
no matter how beautiful this woman is,
这个皇上看3个月也就换另外一个女人了。
and with the emperor when he saw this woman for 3 months, then he will
人
change
的
to
这种
another woman.
专注度、这种能力是很弱的。
The human beings that the ability to focus is very weak.
我信主25年了，
I believe in God for 25 years.
25年来，我每个礼拜我都在主日的教会里边参与。
And I attend the Sunday worship and serve in the church and every Sunday.
22年来，每个主日都在教会里讲道。
And also for the past 22 years, I preach in the church every Sunday.
你可能会说，这是你的责任，这是你当牧师当然要这么做的。
And you may say, Pastor, it's your responsibility.
亲爱的弟兄姐妹，
Dear brothers and sisters,
你为什么不能思想另外一个角度呢？
and why can you think from another viewpoint?
其实，在我们生命里面有一些奥秘在我们里面。
Actually, there's just a secret in our life.
我们到底是什么原因能够被持守到今天？
So what is the reason we can just persist till today?
我们一方面不可否定有自己的自由意志，我愿意这3个字。
So on one hand, we just cannot just reject to say this word.
但
I'm
同时，
willing
我
to.
们也知道靠这3个字不长久的。
But we just can say that also. When you say I'm willing to, actually it does not last long.
难道没有神默默的保守我们吗？
Doesn't it have God's protection for us?
我称这个是恩典的奥秘。
I call this is a secret of grace.
恩典是你看不见的，
Grace is something you cannot see.
恩典是你亲身经历的，
Grace is something that you
你
experience
确知它的存在，
and you really know that exists.
但是你却看不见摸不着。
But you cannot see it, you cannot touch it.
你想想，我们这一生有多少这样的恩典？
Think about our whole life and how much grace we experience.
亲爱的弟兄姐妹，
Dear brothers and
关于人
sisters,
的意志和神的主权，
regarding human beings' free will and God's sovereignty,
我们真的是应该去讨论，
and we really have to
我们
discuss
去学习、去思考、去印证，
and to study, to learn, and to disprove.
但却未必需要绝对的定论。
But we don't have to give the absolute conclusion.
请大家相信圣经一句话，
Please just trust the words
就
here
是
in the
按照
Bible.
我们所知的，我们仍是不知道。
And that is based on what we know, we still do not know.
对事不对人是一个必要的一个学习环境，
Not taking things personal is a necessary learning attitude.
我们也不要轻易给人定义端倪，
And please also do not easily judge someone as a heresy.
这也是很多历史上的教训。
This is also a lesson just from the history.
好，请我们大家一起来读一段经文，来作为今天讲到的结束。
Let's read the scriptures that has to conclude
在
our
哥林多
today's
后书
message.
5章18到21节，
In 2 Corinthians,
一切来请，一切都是出于神，他借着基督使我们与他和好，又将劝人与他和好的职分赐给我们。这就是神在基督里叫世人与自己和好，不将他们的过犯归到他们身上，并且将这和好的道理托付了我们。所以，我们做基督的使者，就好像神借着我们劝你们一般。我们替基督求你们与神和好，神使那无罪的替我们成为罪，好叫我们在他里面成为神的义。我们一起做个祷告。
let's pray.
天父，我们感谢你，
Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you.
谢谢主你自己宝贵的话语。
Lord, we thank you for your precious word.
主啊，若不是你自己亲自的保守，
God, if not from your protection,
我们又有谁能够在你面前站立得住呢？
who can stand in front of you?
主啊，就求你今天与我们同在，
God, please be with us today
赐给我们有属天的灵粮，
and give us this spiritual
好让
food
我们能够靠主站立得住。
so that we are able to stand firm in front of you.
感谢祷告，奉耶稣基督的名，
Pray in Jesus Christ's name.
阿门。
Amen.